values during our variety hour. Time is flying by. We only have 16 minutes left. Yikes! And in 16 minutes, we have a new Today's Special we're excited to share with you, but lots of specials across the board. Next up, we're going to talk about glucosamine and chondroitin. This is one of the most affordable ways to get this product because these are very expensive ingredients. So what we're about to show you today is a really excellent savings on glucosamine and chondroitin, and this is very specifically for those of you that want your joints to feel great. If you have joint issues, this is your baby right here. 60, 120, 240, or 480 are the choices. Here's where the pricing will normally be. Here is what we have for you today: $119.90, $69.90, $39.90, or $22.90, which means your savings, wow, almost $85 off the largest, $50, $20, or $11.50. And we have free shipping on everything, of course. We do have flex pays on the 3 different sizes. The 3 larger sizes have flex pay. But this is, again, another product that a lot of us, I've been taking this since you brought it to HSN. Yeah. I think I've been taking this for 20 years. Yeah, this is a product that most folks think of glucosamine and chondroitin as being a relatively recent supplement. You know, last 10, 15 plus years. We've had it here at HSN. I brought it here 20 years ago. It's a product that when I started my company was one of my original products. I remember and this. It was very difficult to create back at that time. And that's basically 38 years ago. So when I started my company back in 1979, this was one of our original ingredients. And interestingly enough, it's something that ever since then, the science has become more and more abundant. Back then, it was the early time of the science. In fact, my real concept behind making the product then wasn't so much the clinical science proving its benefit, because that really didn't exist back then. But my concept in making the product was the knowledge that glucosamine as a molecule, chondroitin as a molecule, were vital components in the elastic tissues in our body, not just our joints. Back then when I was talking about this, I of course talked about the joints, but I also talked about our arteries and veins, that the elasticity of our arteries and veins also required glucosamine and chondroitin. And an orthopedist might tell you that you're only as old as your joints. A cardiologist might tell you you're only as old as your arteries. So these tissues are tissues that are elastic tissues, but it's interesting. We talk in terms of our overall flexibility of our body diminishing with age, but the flexibility of our elastic tissues is reduced with age, like our joints, our tendons, our cartilage, ligaments. Those are things that the flexibility, the resilience of those tissues diminishes with age, just as that affects our arteries and veins and the blood vessels in our body. Glucosamine and chondroitin, their actual physical role, the physical properties as molecules that they impart to these tissues, is that remarkable elasticity that is also very strong. Those are 2 properties that often don't go together, elasticity and remarkable strength. We think of our bones as being strong, but they're brittle. And not necessarily brittle, but they're more rigid. We don't want our bones to be brittle. In fact, there's also glucosamine and chondroitin in our bones that allows them to maintain, as there is collagen peptides, allows them to have the resilience that is part of their being strong. So these are ingredients that have been the subject of, since I introduced this product a long time ago, these numbers have gone up dramatically. Back at that time, there was probably a few dozen studies. Now there's 19,500 papers on glucosamine, 17,000 on chondroitin, 1,200 on the 2 together. And then what's really interesting, clinical trials, 2,600 clinical trials, meta-analyses, systematic reviews. So these are ingredients that have been the subject of extensive research. And these are ingredients that, again, are not drugs, they're not medicines. As I say, they're something better. The drugs and medicines are, you know, they're anti-inflammatories, whatever they might be. They're dealing with pain. These are ingredients that are designed to promote the healthy structure in these tissues. So these are things that we want to take no matter what the state of our joints might be. An aging joint is a fact of life. We all want to hang around for as long as possible. And we'd like to maintain the greatest capabilities for as long as possible. And that's what these ingredients are all about. There we go. You have a choice between 4 sizes today. You do a 60, a 120, a 240, or a 480 cap supply. Remember, the larger bottles have flex pay, so we will break that down in monthly payments for you. And then, of course, you can see the savings here, almost $85 off. This, by the way, if you do have a minute, to go to hsn.com. This is not only a big customer pick. Out of the 1,200 approximate reviews, over 1,000 of those reviews are perfect 5-star. So it's a chance for you to see for yourself. If you have joint issues, you know it, because there's nothing worse than having unhappy joints, because they let us know that they're miserable. So whether it's your knees or your hips or your elbows or your fingers or wherever you're having joint issues, this is a product that can make a world of difference if you get going on it today. And you know what's funny? A lot of people take other glucosamine chondroitin products and they don't get the results. I've heard this time and time again.
Read the reviews. It's one of the most common comments.
They bought others that were maybe less expensive or whatever, and they didn't get results. And then you take Andrews, then you suddenly realize it really does matter. The type and the quality of the product you're taking makes a world of difference. And when it comes to your vitamins, you don't want to skimp here. It's as simple as that. So I hope you're able to treat yourself if you can, because we are almost going to be wrapping this up as well. This hour is flying by.
I'm just going to open a capsule really quickly.
Okay.
Ours come in small, soft, easy to swallow capsules. The proper clinically studied dosage would be 4 capsules daily. But small, soft, easy to swallow capsule with an ultrafine powder. The reason, and Colleen was just talking about how frequently we read reviews or we're told that another product like this in the mass market and supermarkets, whatever, didn't work, is that the most popular form of glucosamine used in products today isn't glucosamine sulfate. The form that has been proven in the clinical studies to be the form you should be taking is glucosamine sulfate. The form used in the research, that's the form in the research, the form used, unfortunately, in typical products, because it's much cheaper to make those products, is glucosamine hydrochloride. The only thing that cheap ingredient does is shortchange you, because it deprives you of the benefits. But again, small capsule, and it's ultrafine powder in it. There you can see.
Look at that, easy to swallow.
And that's why it will not upset your stomach. It will be easy to swallow, because that ultrafine powder, unlike a rock hard tablet, I can't even swallow tablets. They get stuck in my mouth, they get stuck in my throat. I literally would have to eat something after I ate a tablet, or it wouldn't go down. With a capsule, it goes down easily. That ultrafine powder is liberated and distributed instead of that tablet sitting on the lining of your stomach and upsetting your stomach.
Exactly. I know we have to wrap it. We have one more item we want to get to before our new Today's Special coming up.